See if anyone joins. What's up, everybody? It's Lou, Wax Pack Poetic. It's been a long time since I've been on, and it's been a long year. I haven't been on since March. I was on. I think the last video that I did was when my buddy Baseball Collector was getting some flack for the 2020 Topps cards. But I decided to come on. I actually, so it's been a weird year. I worked most of the year through the pandemic and stuff. But I haven't really bought cards since about March. Went heavy on Christmas last year and everything else. And I don't know. I don't know what it was. It's just the world was in a funky place. I kind of just didn't feel like collecting. I had like a kind of a bad taste in my mouth, I guess you would say, and just like the overall, like the price of the cards and everything, it kind of everything went up so high, and it was just different. And I only had been back in it now a year and a half, 2 years with collecting, and I enjoyed it. I went to last year's national. It was a lot of fun. But I don't know, like I enjoyed making the videos, but it just got to be I'm not a high-end collector. I was collecting some vintage, a lot of PSA stuff, but baseball, but mostly like lower grades. And I had a real fun time trying to find good cards in lower grades, and I don't know, it just became a bit much. So I stopped for a while. I didn't really do much of anything, and I don't know. I didn't really miss it too much. I always looked and things like that, but now about a month ago, maybe a little more, maybe about a month, maybe right around Thanksgiving, I was going through some more of my cards out in my garage and came across an old box of some things of mine from when I was a teenager. And I came across my old comic books and started going through them. I have the thing with comic books is I collected during the big boom, just like I did with baseball cards, because that was the age I was. I was all about baseball cards and all about comic books. Comic books were a little bit different to me because I had aspirations to be a comic book artist. I could draw. I'm a creative guy, so I had just to give you an example here, I had some thoughts about becoming a comic book artist. I found some of my old sketchbooks. I just been, dabbing, doodling around on my iPad and did Batman. The light's pretty bad, so I don't know if you can see it, but so I used to be able to really draw fairly well. And then I grew out of it. I got into my late teens and stuff like that. But I happened to find my comic books, and I found some old sketchbooks and stuff. And it just so happens that not my oldest daughter, geez, my youngest daughter, she is 16 years old, and in her class they were doing they were actually studying Frank Miller's classic, The Dark Knight Returns. And she's an artist. I don't know if you can see that Kobe behind me, but she's way better than me. Also drew this Jay-Z for me. So she had to draw her own comic. It came out really good. She likes comics as well. She asked for some graphic novels and stuff for Christmas. And when I was pulling them out, she started going through them with me. And then I have this guy, my 9-year-old. He drew this. Now this is Deadpool. If Deadpool was a Cartoon Network cartoon, I tweeted this on Twitter, and Rob Liefeld, creator of Deadpool, liked it. Thought it was great. So I gotta get a frame for that. But my son is a 9-year-old boy, and of course he likes superheroes and comic books and stuff too. So I have 5 kids. My older 3 kids all played sports. I really did the sports with them. My 2 younger ones are more in the arts, and so we've just been actually my daughter's been redrawing some of the characters I've created, and I started going through some of my old comic books. Had some old Batman ones, and my favorite, Todd McFarlane, drew Spawn. So Spawn was one of my favorites. I have like the first 25 issues, and there happens to actually be in my area, believe it or not, there's one card store. It shut down for a little while, and then it moved. There's one baseball card store. There's 2 actually. Another one opened up, and but they don't really have a great selection of cards there. But there are actually like 6 or 7 comic book stores in my area, which I just assumed there weren't anymore. I got a couple of cool things for Christmas too. I got back in it. I got this graphic novel of the Death in the Family from Batman. I don't have the actual comic books. I always wanted them. I never got them when I was a kid. This is huge because I was a big Todd McFarlane guy. Spider-Man was my thing, and then of course when he moved on to Image, Spawn. But this is a big one. I got this first issue in Amazing Spider-Man with the black costume. That's not in great shape, but it's still readable. And then I got this price guide. It was really cool because it is the first and only, the first time that covered by Todd McFarlane, my favorite artist, and it's the first time that he's ever drawn Spawn and Spider-Man in the same composition. So that was really cool. So I got this. I actually got the digital version too, so I could just have this. So I love baseball. I played baseball. Wasn't anything special at it, but I was always really creative and really good at art. And there was so comic books weren't just superheroes to me. They were like my Picassos. Growing up, I really I studied the artists. I had the artists that I like, of course. To me, it's Tom McFarlane and Jim Lee, and then everybody else. Pretty much, Eric Larson is up there too. But I would read the comic books, and then I would go through, and a lot of times, some of the better poses and splash pages or covers, I would try to draw and recreate. I even found some this was the only one that wasn't in great shape, and it's a shame. X-Men 281, another really good artist, Whilce Portacio. Of course, this was the only one that was ripped. Everything else was in pretty good shape. I got them all bagged and boarded now. I even found some old Wizard magazines. I love those. So I actually, the baseball card thing, I love it. I find myself doing it for a little while and taking a break and then going back to it. And that's, none of my kids were ever into sports cards like that or anything. The comic book thing is, I don't know, it's really cool. Like, I enjoy the stories and admiring the artwork, and then going through it now with going to the comic store with my daughter and my son is really a lot of fun. So I might be back on YouTube doing some things, maybe not so much sports cards. I think I might be doing some comic book stuff now, going forward for a little while. Maybe I think change my channel from just cards to maybe comics and cards, because I still will collect. And I'm sure, obviously, once COVID is under control and we can have a national, I'll definitely be at the national again and start buying cards again. But for right now, I'm gonna be doing more comic book stuff. I think I might do like a little thing on comic books. So I don't know how many of you guys subscribe to me. Still, I have about 170 subscribers. So thank you for sticking with me. I don't know how many of you guys like comic books. You know, I hope I can keep you interested with doing some comic book related stuff as well as the cards. If you stuck around, it would be great. This stuff is really, really important to me. The other thing is too with comic books, and I'm gonna get into this, but like drawing things and creating my own reality, so to speak. It helped me as a child deal with a lot of things. Deal with the normal stress of growing up. A kid, and you could always escape into this fantasy world, create your own world. It was really, really helpful for me, and I didn't realize I missed so much until I actually went through my old books and remembered the hours I spent reading and just admiring them and really studying like every inch of the artwork, the inking, the lettering, the writing. It was a lot of fun growing up, and I've been buying some newer books. There's a lot that I don't care for now either. Like, I'm the old get off my lawn guy with the comic books, but there's a lot of stuff that is still really, really a lot of fun. So hopefully stick around, and maybe I'm going to start doing some comic book stuff. My daughter is going through my sketchbooks and has been redrawing some of the superheroes that I created. So maybe I'll share some of those. That's really interesting and fun, and just something really special about when something you enjoyed and meant a lot to you as a child, you get to share with your child, and they find it means a lot to them as well. So thank you, everybody. Thanks for checking this out, anybody that watched. And if you like comic books, let me know. Reach out if you got any ideas, or I'm still navigating. I've just right now been buying some older books that I always wanted as a kid, much like I did when I got back into baseball cards. Not graded, because I do want to read them and admire the art and things like that. But yeah, so let me know. Thanks, everybody, for watching, checking this out. I know it's kind of late, so if you catch this and it's not live, thank you for checking it out again. And stick around, see what's in store. Thanks.